Hello, welcome back to another Fashion channel. I'm Jacob J Books Corner, and today we're starting a weekend reading vlog, or a days off vlog, whatever you want to call it. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, which is crazy. I normally get 3 days off, so we get a 4th extra day. It does come out of my next week's turnaround rate or whatever. I have to work an extra day. It's fun for this weekend, but I'm going to hate it next week, essentially, because I only have 2 days off. It doesn't matter. Either way, we're starting it on, tonight is Monday night. Technically, it's already Tuesday morning. We're starting it now because the book I'm reading, I went to include it. I vlogged the first book. I want to continue the series vlogging it and things. So this intro, we're going to cover that. We're also going to cover what else is on my TBR. And then we're also going to pick a book off my unread TBR shelf. Let's start with the journalistic TBR. Also, I'm sure I have graphic novels and other things that I need to dabble into, so we'll dabble into those. Let's get my physical for you guys, which will come from my unread. I think there's 68 books left. Don't really know. I think there's 68 because I didn't put back Mara. Did I generate it too? I'm going to generate it again because I don't know if I generated it too. And I'll pick between 2 and 26. And we'll see which book I like better. So give me a second. Okay. So we have the impeccable logic of my life. I think this is automatically going to be, I'm going to trade along. I don't really care for the author. If you know about Aristotle and Dante's Secrets of the Universe, personally was one of my first novels that centered around a gay love story, but to be fair, I don't care for the author very much anymore. So we're just going to move it on. Truly not an issue. That does leave us with the really fucking sad one, which sucks, and that is How It Feels to Float by Helena Fox. A modern day bell jar is what this person had called it, which is scary. We will try it. I am very much keen on DNFing books from my unread TBR because a lot of these books are books bought on a bargain that I like the cover of or I like the first line of, and so if I don't actually like the book, I don't mind DNFing it. I just want to get that heads up. I've DNF'd quite a few of them in course of this, trying to go through all my unread TBR books in 3 months. We will see, but this will be on my list. I'll go ahead and mark the impeccable logic of my life off my unread TBR completely. I did read the first chapter. Do I count as a DNF? I don't think so. We are going over into the audiobook sections. I can tend to get through 2 to 3 audiobooks per vlog. Still the goal. I've been reading super long fucking audiobooks, so we will see. And the first one being Blade Breaker, which I am 70% into. Second book in the Realm Breaker trilogy, I think is what it's called. And the first one obviously being Realm Breaker. I read it in a previous vlog. This one is the sequel. The first one follows a group of characters. I have a hard time explaining it, and I read it. It follows a group of characters who are challenged or who are sent together on a mission to stop the end of the world or to end the world based on a spindle who can bring other realms into their own world. It's super complex, super good. The world is very fantasy. I would declare it a high fantasy for YA in my opinion. The action sequences are amazing. This one has dragon. It's a good time. I'm having a great time. It's probably going to be a 4 like the first one. Nothing has blown me away. I think some of the battle sequences are like impeccable, but outside of that, not the story or anything has blown me away. I do love the fact that I care for pirates. This is the first book series that I've read where I truly was like invested in a pirate's life. But other than that, I can't stop singing praises. But yeah, I'm hoping to get it done tomorrow. That might be a bit of a stretch because who I work with. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday at the earliest is my hope to get it done and put it on my big stack of books. I've read a lot of books, but they're all long, so it's like my accumulated pages for the month is long. I'm hoping to get that done, and then we will start Icarus. Icarus is for a different video, but I will vlog some of my experience over here. I just won't be talking about it super much. It's only like an 8-hour audiobook. I should be able to finish it really quickly, but it's for a different video, like I said. And we have another one for a different video as well, which I'll slightly vlog if we start it over here as well. I'm not too worried. I'm hoping that's when I will start towards the tail end of my week. That way I can go into the work week with it. And that way I don't have to vlog it for you guys because, like I said, I'm doing it for either way. That is the list of a TBR for you. Let's see what all I can accomplish in the next 4 or 5 days, and I'll get back to you. I finished this tonight at work. I read the last, 30% or whatever. And God, I was going to come in here and tell you this is a 4. It's like a 4.5, 4.25, something like that. Loving it. It's a good time. Can't wait to read the third. Have a strong feeling the third will be a 5. Bitch, I was wrong. This is a 5-star. This is one of my favorite books of the year. I have no words of how to explain to you the contents of it, how it happened or anything. All I can tell you is the last, maybe 150 pages were everything I ever wanted in a novel and then more, and now I want to read every war fantasy ever written. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It was fun. Audiobook wise, we're jumping over into Icarus. I have no idea what this is about. I know it's K. Akram. I've never read a K. Akram. At least I don't think I read a K. Akram. And I know for a fact that it's that's all. It's all really, that's all. I also read the first 130 pages of How It Feels to Float. It's not very long. It's like a little over 300 pages or something like that. I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. It follows a girl. Her name is Biz. She is going through life. She has a few mental issues, and they plague her brain and things. She's seeing her dead father, and she's trying to get through life. And I think the writing is a really interesting style. Not for me, but I think if it is for you, I think you would really like it. I think the character is fine. I feel like she's a bit generic. I like the idea of it more than I think the execution, but I am DNFing it. I can't do another 200 pages. I don't care enough about the characters. I don't care enough. And like I said, the writing style, it's just, I feel like it would be a writing style that I would probably I would probably write a book in this writing style, which is weird for me to say I don't like it, but I think that's also something that's pretty average. I don't know. By the way, we're DNFing at 140 pages, whatever percentage that is. I don't know. Maybe it's like 30 or 40% into it. Just not for me. Would definitely recommend it though. I think a lot of these books that I've put down, which have not been a lot to be fair, they are still recommendations. That being said, we do need a new book to run through. There we go. We'll do it that way. 31. It would be Jay Kenner's Under My Skin. I have no idea what this is about. It's an erotic romance. It's for mature audiences, so I'm expecting lots of smut. And I'm also expecting it to be kind of poorly written. It's pretty short. I think it's like 300 pages. And I'll get back to you. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully I enjoy myself, and hopefully it's like a fun time, and I can come out with I'm going to say probably an averaging of between a 2 and a 3. So, this is my physical book. I'll be starting it. I don't think I'll start it tonight. I'll bring it in the bedroom with me. Good morning. How are you guys? It's actually afternoon. I lied to you. I read this, Rotobone. This is a story about a few Russian soldiers. They work in this like confinement area, and they're trying to escape and going up into the mountains to clear the area, hold on yards. And it's about cannibalism and things. I have no idea what it was about, to be honest with you. Then I realized the story was written for the idea of what would you do at your most point of hunger. It was okay. I think I landed on a 3. It was just fine. Run the wall. No. Then I swiftly tried to read this. We're not DNFing. I'm not even counting it as read or anything on my TBR, my Goodreads. Because here's the thing. This is the 3rd book in a trilogy. And it's a trilogy that follows the main characters from all books, which is cool. This author has quite a few of them. And so if I do want to read this, I gotta read the first 2, and I don't feel like reading the first 2. So we're back to playing the game of let's pick a physical. Alrighty. 61. That's down there. Scary books are down there. Okay, hold on. A Game of Thrones. Okay. You guys can't see it on this because I'm standing and stuff. These are all the rest of the books. I own them all. Had no intentions of reading this week. And I have a feeling this is going to take me 2 vlogs. I'm going to be honest with you. I will let you know. I will not lie. I have read Game of Thrones, the first one, previous, in a different life. It feels like such a long time ago. We will try it again. I think I'm going to physically read it this time just because of the fact that... Wait, what else? I just want to be able to skip the nasty stuff. You know what I'll probably do? I'll hybrid read it. I don't know how long the audiobook is and things. I'll have to look. But I'll read like an hour and a half of it every night. I'll try to do the breakdown, figure out how much I need to read every night to be able to finish it. We do have 4 days. Alright, there we go. Fucking Game of Thrones. Pulled that one out of my ass. Jesus Christ. Okay, I will update you. I have errands to run. Today is my 2-year anniversary with my fiance. And so I gotta go upstairs, talk to my mom about trying to figure out what to make him. It's a whole thing. Alright, I'll get back to you.
Jacob has arrived.
27 toward Union, Florence.
That Catmobile's a distraction.
Alright, I'm about to get up. I took like maybe an hour, a little over an hour to myself to just kind of chill, watch TV, that type of thing. I got a call from my fiance telling me that they want me to come into work, and I told him no, it's our anniversary, so I'll have to find somebody else. Which sucks, but there's someone who we work with who I think it's gonna be fine in the long run. I finally got your vlog done. I think that Jesus was up like 3 days ago, so it's not officially exporting, which means I just have to make a thumbnail for that before we upload it, and hopefully it won't take 6 years. My internet on my computer has been a whole thing. Sorry, that shooketh me. I'm gonna spend the next hopefully 30 minutes, maybe hopefully less than that cleaning, just because I still have to cook our anniversary dinner, which I'd never made a meal for him before, so it's my first time making a meal, which is terrifying, but we're gonna do it. I did get the audiobook for A Game of Thrones. I think it's like 2 hours to read every day. I'm gonna prioritize my other books, and then this is what I'll read in the evening when I'm settling down to go to sleep. We're gonna put it aside. That ain't happening tonight. And I'll go back and forth between listening to it and doing other stuff. Like I have a few things I want to get done or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We are jumping into Icarus. I'm not going to talk about Icarus. Icarus is going to pop up into 2 vlogs going forward, including our 3 different vlogs. So this is my 2024 most anticipated. I don't remember why. At all. I remember just feeling like this could be a 5-star read for no apparent reason. Everybody who's read it so far has really enjoyed it. The average rating looks to be about a 4, so we'll see if I end up being in the same ballpark or not. I have a few others that I could read for this video, so if I do have backup picks and things, but we're gonna try this one. I've never read a K. Ingram before. I generally don't know what it's about. I started it, but I couldn't really hear it, so we're going to start it over. We're going to try it again. So we're going to be listening to Icarus while I walk around. And like I said, I'm vlogging it for a different video, so I probably won't tell you super much about my experience, except I'm 80% into it or something like that. And I'll tell you briefly what the book is about once I know, just because, well, what's the point of vlogging it if I'm not going to tell you anything? That's all. Okay, I'm gonna go clean. I want to come here and give you guys the first check-in, or like maybe the only check-in for this. I don't know. Icarus, I'm 32% in. I'll come in probably when I finish it. I think we're gonna switch over to an ebook because logically speaking, I just do not care for this audiobook. It's too fast-paced for me to like really enjoy, and the chapters are so quick that I think I could probably get through the ebook really fast. So I'd rather physically read it. So I'm gonna see if I can get that. I'm gonna go upstairs, get my shower, and then I'm gonna go cook food. I finished the card and everything else, so like I'm excited, but I'm nervous. And I've been pushing it off, so let's just go do it. Hello, reading vlog. I meant to film a little bit of Bridgerton, I forgot about it. Sorry about that. We started season 3, we finished the Queen Charlotte 2 nights ago. And we just started season 3 today. The day came out. That's the day that this is. Yeah, I finished Icarus. Oh my god, that's important. I finished Icarus. It was bad. It wasn't bad. I just didn't care for it. It was 3. Yeah, no. Moving forward with this like entire vlog, it's been a rough one. So we'll see when it comes out. We're going on to the 4th book for it at the time. Either way, we're moving on though. Like I said, it was a 4, like a 3. The writing just didn't blow me away and things. I just wish I enjoyed it a bit more. I didn't, once I started it, like, I was like, okay, I'll finish it in like a day. And I finished it in a day and a half. I knew it was gonna be really short, but like, I'm not gonna remember anything about it tomorrow, and I know that. And so I'm gonna sit down to film the other part of this clip for it. The next audiobook we're going to be running into is the new Holly Jackson. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it has a really cute cover. I'll put it up on the screen. This is for a 5-star prediction video going to be coming out to you relatively well as soon as I finish this book. It'll be coming out to you. It'll be one of the next slated off vlog days, because I'm changing it back to a single book a vlog for 5-star predictions, and there's now only 5. I'm gonna have to do the intro for that video and things have changed. That's okay. That being said, this is the next audiobook. I'm really excited for it. I do have a feeling it could be a 5. I've not read a Holly Jackson standalone, but because I so strongly believe A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is on my shelf somewhere, I don't know where that. It's on one of these shelves, to be honest with you. Somewhere over there, because it's one of my favorites. It's a standalone in its truest form. You can read the sequels. There's nothing wrong with that. The story does continue, but I do feel like it's pretty good concluded there without having to dive into the messiness. But I really hope the messiness is in this book, though. The character is as morally gray as Pip. I'm also really hoping that the audiobook has elements of the second audiobook where it feels very podcasty or whatever the gimmick is. So I'll let you know about that stuff. I probably won't let you know what my full... I probably actually won't let you know what my full rating is, just because it's a 5-star prediction. So I'll just tell you I finished it. Put you over into that video. The other videos I've been working through for this other video. The other books I've been reading for this other video, the video is going to come out in like June or July, so there's like really no point. You'll be like, oh, that's what that was for when it pops up. So, that being said, I will talk to you guys very soon with another update. I'm gonna sit down. I have to film 2 clips for you, which I'm about to do, and then we're moving on to other YouTube stuff. I gotta look at my list, gotta figure out what I gotta get done today, between today and tomorrow. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, to make sure we're on track. And then also, I'd like to read more. I'd love to read more. Also, we're working on bullet journal. Like I said, I did start a 2024 bullet journal in May. I don't tend to start in the beginning of the year. If I do, I end up stopping them before the end of the year. I figured May is a good place to start, but I did start it, which is really exciting. It's not color coded. I haven't done all the fun stuff yet. It gave me something to do when I was at work during like downtime. That being said, I picked up some of the colors and stuff, and I started working on some other stuff for it. So I'll be casually working on that. And then later on tonight, I'm going to start Game of Thrones and work on my Legos. That's the plan. That's easy. I am sitting down. I read the first 20-ish% of the reappearance of Rachel Price. We finally got into the plot. I'm very invested. I'm very excited to read it. I think this is one of those books where I love Holly Jackson's writing so much that my brain's automatically thinking it's going to be a 4 or a 5, which is great. It's great news for me. It is a 5-star prediction, and I am filming a separate thing for that. I'm not to the point where I'd update just yet. I think I probably will, though. Just think it's probably the last little bit I'll read tonight. However, even though I'm not to the point of updating anything, I still like to, I don't know. I can think based on the answers and based on the reveals, the actual reveal of her just happened. The story itself, I'll briefly explain. And once again, I'll probably update you when I finish it, just because it's one of those books that I'm vlogging for another video that's just featuring an appearance in here. It's about a girl. Her mom, when she was 2 or 3 years old, left her in a car and disappeared. We jump forward ahead of time. I mean, that's kind of talked about. We don't do any flashbacks or anything, but we jump forward ahead of time when she's 18 years old. Her dad is doing a documentary, or has commissioned someone to do a documentary on this entire thing. Now, she has reappeared after this documentary has commenced. And that's what this book is about. And it's a mystery of where she went and all this other stuff. She has some answers, but things feel off. And they feel off to me as a reader, which I think is kind of crazy. On another note, though, I am sitting down. I'm trying to do crafts for an hour before, just in general, like an hour before bed on my days off. I'm going to try to do an hour before my fiance comes home, just for that simple reason. And during this period of time, we're going to be reading A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. I'm hoping to do 2 hours worth of crafts maybe tomorrow, or maybe I'll really like it and want to read more of it just casually. I'm not to a point yet. I want to try to, maybe it'll take me the rest of the month to read it, and this is my crafts book. I don't know. We are starting with this unicorn, and tomorrow I should start vlogging the experience while doing it. I just haven't done it yet because I have to get the shitty camera out to vlog it. The honest answer. I might actually get the shitty camera out and get what I need, or put what I need on that shitty phone, and then use that whole. It doesn't matter. Never built Legos before, but we are doing this one. So, okay, that's my update. Good morning. I'm gonna go make breakfast. Almost the entire house. I'm gonna come here and update you guys. I'm about to get ready for bed. Today was a bust on work. Kinda. I really need to stop punishing myself so severely. Something me and my fiance were working on. I made breakfast. I did read a bunch of book. I did a lot of different things. So, I shouldn't be mad at myself. And I shouldn't be mad at myself for wanting, hanging out with family. I am 50 pages into this, and I'm liking it so far. It is TV show centric, except all the characters are much younger, which means all the scenarios are much worse. But it's very true to it, and I will continue to read it during my craft time. I'm about to show you the finished version of my first craft. This is my second craft. I really don't know how it works, but we're gonna find out together, which should be fun and exciting. And then we'll move on to puzzles, which should take me much longer, because Legos did not take me very long. It took me maybe an hour? I don't know. Here it is. Here's the little guy. I'll go over there. Yeah. Oh my god. We saw If today as a family. I thoroughly enjoyed it. River thoroughly enjoyed it. And my brother, who I took with me, also thoroughly enjoyed it. Made me cry multiple times. I'm gonna get ready for bed. A new day is tomorrow, and I'm gonna get shit done. It's fine. I'm gonna go here and give you a slight update. I read more book since the last time I talked to you, and I also read 2 other graphic novels since the last time we talked, so we'll go ahead and run through those. I did a little research. I don't really remember how I got onto it, to be honest with you, but the Buffy reboot that they did, remake thing that they did for Boom, which started back in 2018, 2019, officially came to the end in 2022, which I did not know. I thought it was still coming out because Boom is still publishing regularly Buffy content. I'd say every 2 months or something they release something new. And so I just figured it was all part of this bigger overarching universe. Obviously, I read The Last Vampire Slayer, which I wonder spins off all of this, which could be possible, which could be what the Willow thing. Maybe I'll have more appreciation for that. We'll see. So I read volumes 4 and 5 as I'm reading through all 10 of them, and 4 was a 4-star, 5 was a 3-star. I just found it really boring. I also read House of M in between all of this. I gave that one a 4 as well. House of M is the iconic story about Wanda and things. A lot of people thought this what Multiverse of Madness was going to be based around. It was not. Elements of it was, but other elements it was not. Also, people thought maybe WandaVision would be based around House of M. It also really wasn't. And that's what that one was about. I really enjoyed it and things. But I read those 3 extra things for you. I got pretty far into the audiobook. I think we're 80% into it. My issue that I'm having with it, which I'll talk more about in the actual vlog, is it's just the same repetitiveness over and over and over again. That there isn't anything new and it's super duper long. Like if this was shorter, I think I would have been fine with it. But because the reveals are not happening, or if the things that people are thinking or the author thought was reveals, they're just really not reveals, and so I'd rather move on to like my next read. I didn't read anything of Game of Thrones. Like I said, so far it's just very much the same. I will probably give you guys one last final check-in tomorrow, probably when I get done with work, so in the evening, because I'm planning on getting this one out Monday or Tuesday of next week. So I'll probably give you guys like one last check-in tomorrow. That's it. I'm gonna try to read more Buffy. That's my goal. Read Buffy and finish this audiobook. So that's everything. Hello, let's close out this vlog. I have a feeling this is going to be a long one, guys. So in this vlog, I finished a bunch of different things. We're just going to go in the order that I finished them in, tell you my rating, and then talk about them if I have anything else to add. Starting with the beginning of this week, I quickly finished Blade Breaker. I loved it. It was a 5-star, perfect sequel. It's in that list. I won't lie, it's not a book series that's really stayed with me in my brain, so I'm really hoping that I'm just going to remember and flow directly back into it once I start the 3rd one, because it's going to be a minute before I start the 3rd one. I think I'm like 4 or 5 books away before I'm able to read that. So continuing onwards, I also have How It Would Feel to Float by Helena Fox. I ended up DNFing this like 150 pages into it, if I'm not mistaken, something along those lines. Simply because the writing style just wasn't for me. Also, I don't really think it like totally was succeeding in where I was trying to do, so it didn't really work. I also started Game of Thrones. I don't have it. It's over with my puzzles and stuff like that. With the Game of Thrones, I'm like 100 pages into it. I'm very much enjoying it. I also made this unicorn up here in the corner, which you guys can kind of see. It's this one right here in this video as well. We're working on puzzles on the next one. I also read Icarus by K. Akram. This is for a separate video, so I'm not going to really tell you the rating, but it was a novel that I would probably recommend to most people. So if you're interested, I would recommend. Then I also picked up and read 6 volumes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the reboot that they did for Boom 2019 and in 2022. I recently found out that it ended and I cleared it. Overall, I'm going to give the series like a 2.5. I would definitely not recommend. If you're a Buffy fan, I wouldn't recommend. I plan on doing a whole entire video discussing and deep diving into this particular comic book set over the next few days, probably on Thursday when I'm off. And I actually have time to sit down to really talk. I think it's going to be a relatively long video, or a longer video, because I do have 32 issues to cover, and I'm not going to, I don't know, it could be a really short video, to be honest with you. My thoughts are very like long and scheme. I rated the final issue like a 2-star. I thought like it ended very poorly, and it does jump into a multiversal story is all I'll say, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Also, it's interesting to see the artwork go just so poor. Like, it was so bad, and then it was kind of good, and then it was like so poor for the epilogue. It was crazy. I don't know if they lost funding. I really don't understand. I'm not entirely sure. The story itself doesn't feel completed or even like finished or anything like that, but I have a strong feeling that themselves, maybe they made the creative decision to cancel it, or maybe it wasn't selling. I have a feeling it wasn't selling. That's my best guess, because of the art fluctuation throughout the issues and stuff. I understand, getting new artists and things. If it's pretty samey for like 6 or 7 volumes, and then you dramatically switch in the middle of a volume, I don't know, it doesn't really run well with me. Then I also finished the reappearance of Holly Price. This is for a 5-star prediction, so I do not want to give it away, but just know that I was wrong. I had a lot of theories going into this book, and none of them were true. None of them. I got them all wrong. This is a much more simpler thriller than I had expected. That's all I'll say on that matter. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Is any of these books interesting to you? Are you interested in picking them up? Have I deterred you? Have I excited you? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching.